the mysterious Navajo Dine Nation Bigfoot photograph. In recent years, the Mogollon Rim region of Arizona, within the Navajo Dine Nation, has become known not only for its stunning desert landscape, but also for a series of mysterious sightings of a creature that has captured the imaginations of locals and enthusiasts worldwide. Recently, a photograph emerged that seems to provide compelling evidence of the presence of Bigfoot in this rugged region. The photo, allegedly taken by a local, depicts a large humanoid figure holding what appears to be a deer it has hunted. The release of this image has reignited long-standing legends and sparked debates among Bigfoot researchers, cryptozoologists, and skeptics alike. It has since made its way to several Bigfoot Facebook groups, where it has gained widespread attention, with many enthusiasts pointing to it as some of the most convincing evidence of Bigfoot's existence. The Mogollon Rim is a massive escarpment that cuts across Arizona, forming a dramatic transition between the high desert of the Colorado Plateau and the lower desert regions of the state. Known for its rugged, forested terrain, deep canyons, and secluded valleys, the area is a prime setting for Bigfoot lore, with reports of sightings dating back generations among the Navajo Dine people. According to local accounts, the creature in the photograph may not be alone. Many in the area believe that a family of these elusive creatures inhabits the more remote parts of the Mogollon Rim, thriving in its rugged environment where few humans venture. The photograph has been the subject of intense analysis among Bigfoot enthusiasts, with some claiming it is one of the clearest captures of the creature to date. Unlike many Bigfoot images, which are often blurry or indistinct, this photo appears to show remarkable detail. The figure is large and upright, with broad shoulders and a muscular frame, distinguishable features often associated with Bigfoot. Its hair is dark and appears dense, covering its entire body. In its arms, the creature seems to hold a deer, a detail that has fascinated many. If the photograph is genuine, it would indicate not only the presence of Bigfoot, but also suggest that these creatures are active hunters, capable of capturing and killing prey, a behavior that aligns with some local accounts but has been rare in visual documentation. The Navajo Dine people have long held beliefs about mysterious creatures inhabiting the wilderness, and stories of Bigfoot or similar beings are well known within the community. Known as skinwalkers, or yeitso, these beings are said to be powerful entities with abilities beyond human understanding. The Navajo maintain that these creatures are deeply connected to the land and exist in a realm that humans are not meant to fully understand. For many in the community, Bigfoot is seen not merely as a creature, but as a symbol of nature's power and mystery, a living testament to forces and life forms that exist beyond the reach of human influence. As the photograph circulated through Bigfoot research circles and online communities, it quickly became a topic of heated discussion and speculation. The image was shared across numerous Bigfoot Facebook groups, where users debated its authenticity, speculated on the creature's behavior, and shared similar stories of encounters. For believers, the photograph was a landmark moment, offering what they consider concrete evidence that Bigfoot is not only real, but is capable of complex behaviors like hunting. Many pointed out that this behavior supports the theory that Bigfoot is an intelligent, adaptable creature with an omnivorous diet, capable of surviving in the wild by hunting animals, a behavior that would place it closer to humans and other large primates than previously thought. Skeptics, however, have raised questions about the photographer's authenticity, arguing that it could be the result of digital manipulation or a hoax involving a person in a costume. Others argue that the clarity of the photograph itself is suspect, as Bigfoot sightings typically come in the form of blurry, indistinct images due to the creature's elusive nature. Adding to the lore surrounding this particular sighting are local accounts from residents and Navajo Dine Nation members who have reported similar sightings over the years. Many claim to have heard strange howls echoing through the forest at night, or have spotted large, human-like footprints in the mud near remote trails. Some say they have glimpsed tall, shadowy figures moving through the trees, always disappearing before they could be clearly seen. These accounts have been passed down through generations, intertwining with Navajo folklore and giving rise to a unique regional mythology surrounding Bigfoot. In recent years, researchers and enthusiasts have increasingly turned their attention to the Mogollon Rim area, seeing it as one of the last great wildernesses in the continental United States where a large, unidentified creature might evade detection. The dense forest, intersected by steep ravines and remote plateaus, provides an ideal habitat for an elusive creature. Bigfoot hunters argue that, given the lack of human presence in many parts of the Mogollon Rim, it is entirely plausible that a family of Bigfoot could exist undetected, thriving in a habitat that provides ample food and cover. As the photograph continues to circulate and spark debate, it has helped to draw new attention to Bigfoot research and the enduring mystery of the creature. For those who believe, the image is more than just a photograph. It's a validation of years of sightings, stories, and unproven claims. For others, it's another tantalizing piece of folklore, a modern myth brought to life in a single snapshot that fuels the imagination and keeps the mystery alive. Whether this photograph is ultimately proven to be real or debunked as a hoax, it serves as a reminder of humanity's fascination with the unknown and our enduring hope that there are still undiscovered mysteries hiding in the world's wild places. The Washington Bigfoot. In the dense, mist-covered forests of Washington state, known for their towering pines and vast expanses of untouched wilderness, an unexpected sighting has once again captured the attention of Bigfoot enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Recently, a photograph emerged that appears to show a figure resembling Bigfoot standing near a small stream, as if engaged in a search for food. The individual who captured the image, a hiker enjoying the tranquility of Washington's remote woodlands, reported that they had only noticed the creature after examining their photos later. The mysterious figure, massive and distinctly humanoid, stands near the edge of a clear stream with a posture that suggests it could be hunting or scavenging for food. Since its release, the photograph has reignited interest in the lore surrounding Bigfoot, drawing discussions across various platforms and adding yet another chapter to the ever-growing body of Bigfoot sightings in the Pacific Northwest. Washington state has long been a hotbed of Bigfoot activity, with countless sightings and tales of this elusive creature reported by locals, hunters, hikers, and campers. Known for its secluded forests, Washington offers vast regions of wilderness where few humans venture, making it a prime location for sightings of mysterious creatures. The sheer remoteness and density of these woodlands provide cover for a creature rumored to be exceptionally adept at evading human detection. Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, as it's often referred to by Native American tribes in the region, is seen as a creature intertwined with nature, possessing an intelligence and instinct that allow it to thrive in isolation. The photograph in question is distinct from many previous Bigfoot images due to its setting and the creature's apparent activity. In the photo, the figure, tall, covered in dark hair, and with a powerful build, stands by the water's edge, slightly bent forward, as though examining the stream's contents. The scene suggests an air of purpose. Many who have viewed the photograph believe the creature might be foraging or even attempting to catch fish, which would align with theories suggesting that Bigfoot is omnivorous. The eyewitness, a local hiker who prefers to remain anonymous, reported that they were following a trail near the stream when they heard faint rustling sounds nearby. Although they didn't see anything immediately, they felt watched, a sensation that compelled them to snap a few pictures in the general direction of the sound. Only later, upon reviewing the photos, did they realize they may have captured a rare glimpse of Bigfoot. As the photograph circulated online, it attracted a flurry of attention in Bigfoot research communities, social media, and even among amateur wildlife photographers. Unlike many Bigfoot images, which are often blurry or taken from afar, this photograph appears relatively clear, providing enough detail to observe the figure's shape, posture, and apparent size. Many viewers pointed out the creature's thick, muscular frame and lengthy limbs, characteristics often associated with reported Bigfoot sightings. The figure's posture, slightly hunched, with an arm extended toward the water, suggests purposeful movement, as if it were actively engaged in something, possibly hunting or gathering food. This specific activity aligns with theories that Bigfoot is both an intelligent and adaptable forager, capable of utilizing the resources in its environment to sustain itself. Bigfoot researchers and enthusiasts have long speculated about the creature's dietary habits, with many believing it to be an omnivore. Some argue that Bigfoot might eat a diet similar to that of bears, including berries, roots, nuts, and small animals, supplemented by fish or other protein sources available in streams and rivers. The Pacific Northwest, rich in salmon, trout, and other fish species, would offer a reliable food source for a creature capable of catching fish by hand. In fact, similar behavior has been documented in other primates, such as chimpanzees and orangutans, which occasionally hunt or fish in the wild. If the figure in the photograph is indeed Bigfoot, its stance by the stream could indicate that it was employing a similar survival strategy, suggesting a level of intelligence and adaptability often attributed to the elusive creature. The photograph also drew comparisons to other historical sightings, with some enthusiasts pointing out similarities to the famous 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, which captured an alleged Bigfoot in Northern California. In both cases, the figure appears to be a large bipedal creature with distinct features, such as a broad chest, long limbs, and a somewhat upright posture. Supporters of the Bigfoot phenomenon argue that these similarities strengthen the case for Bigfoot's existence as a genuine undiscovered species, one capable of surviving in remote forests with minimal human interaction. Many have emphasized that the consistency of reported characteristics across sightings and media lends credibility to Bigfoot's potential as a real creature. Despite the intrigue surrounding the photo, skeptics have raised questions about its authenticity, as is often the case with Bigfoot sightings. The eyewitness's account, combined with the unusual circumstances of the encounter, lends credibility to the idea that the photograph could represent an unplanned glimpse into the daily life of Bigfoot. Many also argue that the creature's posture and behavior, which seem focused and deliberate, are difficult to fake convincingly, particularly without the awareness of the creature being photographed. Whether genuine or not, this photograph from Washington's wild forests has added to the enduring mystique of Bigfoot, drawing renewed attention to the possibility of undiscovered species dwelling in the planet's remaining wilderness. For believers, the photograph serves as another piece of evidence supporting the reality of Bigfoot, a symbol of untamed nature and a creature that continues to elude human understanding. Bigfoot photograph captured 5 miles away from Bluff Creek. In the world of Bigfoot sightings, few locations are as legendary as Bluff Creek, California. Known as the site where the famous Patterson-Gimlin film of Bigfoot was captured in 1967, this dense and secluded region has been at the center of Bigfoot lore for over half a century. Recently, another sighting has rekindled the fascination with Bluff Creek and its surrounding wilderness. Just 5 miles from this iconic site, a new photograph emerged showing what appears to be a remarkably clear image of a creature resembling Bigfoot. Unlike the usual blurry or distant images commonly associated with Bigfoot sightings, this photo has struck many as one of the clearest images of the elusive creature to date. Shared widely across various Bigfoot-focused Facebook groups, the photograph has sparked heated discussions and debate, with many enthusiasts hailing it as potentially the most compelling evidence of Bigfoot's existence in recent years. The photo itself, taken by a hiker exploring the area, shows a large, upright figure standing partially obscured by trees and foliage. The figure appears to have a muscular build, with broad shoulders, long limbs, and thick, dark hair covering its entire body. The clarity of the image allows viewers to discern details such as the creature's fur texture, the shape of its limbs, and even the contours of its face, which gives it a distinctly humanoid appearance. Unlike many previous Bigfoot photos, where poor lighting or distant vantage points make the creature's features hard to make out, this image offers an up-close perspective that has intrigued both seasoned researchers and casual observers alike. The area where the photograph was taken, just miles from Bluff Creek, is known for its dense, mountainous forests and limited human activity. Bluff Creek and its surrounding wilderness areas have a reputation for being some of the least explored regions in Northern California, providing an ideal setting for a large, elusive creature to avoid detection. The hiker who took the photo, an amateur wildlife enthusiast familiar with the local trails, reported that they had been moving quietly through the forest when they noticed movement out of the corner of their eye. Startled but curious, they raised their camera and snapped a series of photos before the creature disappeared into the thick underbrush. Only later, upon reviewing the photos, did the hiker realize the possible significance of what they had captured. Since its appearance online, the photograph has circulated widely within Bigfoot communities, especially on Facebook groups dedicated to sightings and discussions of the creature. It didn't take long for the image to spark fervent discussions, with some group members calling it one of the clearest Bigfoot photos ever taken. Enthusiasts have dissected every aspect of the image, pointing out the anatomical details that they argue differentiate it from a human or a known animal, such as the unique proportions of the limbs and torso. Some have noted that the creature's arms seem longer and more powerful than those of an average human, while its legs appear thick and built for strength, potentially adapted for navigating rough, forested terrain. One of the reasons why the photograph has garnered so much attention is the historical significance of Bluff Creek itself. The 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, taken at Bluff Creek, remains one of the most famous and debated pieces of Bigfoot evidence in existence. The film, which shows a large, hairy creature walking through a clearing, has been analyzed, disputed, and defended by Bigfoot researchers and skeptics for decades. The new photograph taken near this site has only added to the intrigue, leading some to speculate that Bluff Creek and its surrounding areas may indeed be home to a population of these mysterious creatures. The fact that this recent image was taken so close to Bluff Creek gives it a sense of continuity with the Patterson-Gimlin film, as though the same creature, or its descendants, might still inhabit this secluded area. While many Bigfoot enthusiasts have embraced the photograph as strong evidence, skeptics have also weighed in, offering alternative explanations. Some argue that the image could depict a person in a costume, possibly a hoaxer attempting to recreate the Patterson-Gimlin film in the same iconic location. Others suggest that the lighting and perspective of the photo might be playing tricks on the viewer, giving a known animal or even a human an exaggerated Bigfoot-like appearance. However, proponents of the photograph's authenticity argue that the creature's proportions and stance seem difficult to fake convincingly, and that the clarity of the image provides enough detail to rule out simpler explanations. Regardless of perspective, the photograph has revived public interest in Bigfoot, and, specifically, in the legendary Bluff Creek region. As the photograph continues to circulate, more experts in Bigfoot research have begun to weigh in, some expressing cautious optimism that this image could indeed be one of the most compelling pieces of evidence captured in recent years. Researchers who have studied the Patterson-Gimlin film and other Bigfoot sightings have noted similarities between the creature in the new photo and the figure from the 1967 film. These parallels have led some researchers to speculate that Bluff Creek may serve as a kind of sanctuary for the creature, a theory that aligns with the remote and rugged nature of the area. The debate surrounding the photograph reflects a larger, ongoing fascination with Bigfoot that persists despite decades of skepticism and unproven sightings. For many, Bigfoot symbolizes the unknown and the idea that there are still mysteries left in the world's wild places. The possibility of an undiscovered primate inhabiting North America's vast wilderness is both thrilling and humbling, a reminder that the natural world still holds secrets beyond our understanding. Whether the photograph ultimately proves to be authentic evidence or not, it has reignited this sense of wonder, drawing new interest to the mystery of Bigfoot and the legendary Bluff Creek region. The clear photograph taken near Bluff Creek represents more than just an image. It is a testament to the enduring allure of Bigfoot research and humanity's quest to understand the unknown. Trail camera photo of a muddy skunk ape. In the dense, humid swamps of Florida, local legends and cryptid tales often tell of mysterious creatures lurking just beyond the veil of human observation. One such creature, known as the skunk ape, has been a staple of Florida folklore for decades, said to resemble Bigfoot, but with a distinctively pungent odor and a habitat in the state's swamps. Recently, a trail camera positioned deep in one of Florida's remote forested areas captured an image that many believe could provide compelling evidence of the skunk ape's existence. The photo, which shows what appears to be a muddy torso and arms, has sent waves of excitement through the cryptozoology community, sparking debates about whether this sighting represents authentic proof or is yet another case of mistaken identity. Whatever the outcome, this trail camera capture has added another fascinating piece to the enduring mystery of Florida's skunk ape. The skunk ape legend stretches back for generations, with sightings and reports spanning at least several decades. Described as a large, bipedal ape-like creature covered in shaggy dark fur and standing anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall, the skunk ape has a reputation for its distinctive odor, often likened to rotting eggs or swamp decay. This creature is thought to inhabit the dense swamps, forests, and wetlands of Florida, particularly in the Everglades, where visibility is low and human presence is minimal. While stories of the skunk ape are dismissed by some as folklore or misidentifications of wildlife, they remain an enduring part of Florida's cultural landscape, capturing the imaginations of locals, tourists, and cryptid enthusiasts alike. The recent trail camera image, taken from a camera hidden deep in the swamp, shows the torso and arms of what appears to be a large, upright figure covered in mud. The photo reveals enough detail to distinguish a muscular, thickly built torso and long, powerful arms hanging at the creature's sides, yet the creature's head and lower body remain obscured. Mud covers the figure's arms and chest, potentially providing camouflage and protection against Florida's dense undergrowth. While trail cameras often capture images of wildlife like deer, boars, or alligators, this image presents an unusual, distinctly humanoid form, sparking immediate intrigue and speculation among viewers. Many believe this might be one of the most convincing visual captures of the skunk ape in recent memory. This trail camera, set up by a local wildlife enthusiast hoping to observe native animals, was placed strategically to capture movement along a narrow trail frequented by deer and other animals. It was only when reviewing the footage later that the camera's owner noticed the muddy figure among the regular animals captured on film. The timing of the image, taken at dusk when visibility is low and shadows long, added to the eerie quality of the photo, as the creature's form appears partially obscured by the dim light and thick mud coating. This strange humanoid silhouette led the camera's owner to wonder if they had captured something extraordinary, evidence of Florida's elusive skunk ape. As the photograph circulated among researchers, it quickly became a topic of heated debate. Supporters of the skunk ape theory pointed out the distinctiveness of the creature's arms and torso, arguing that these proportions did not resemble any known local wildlife. The length and thickness of the arms, coupled with the creature's upright posture, suggests something distinctly humanoid, not quadrupedal like a bear or boar. Additionally, the coating of mud on its body seemed too thorough and strategically applied to be incidental, leading some to speculate that this might be an adaptive behavior to help it blend into the swamp, repel insects, or stay cool, traits that would align with a creature adapted to Florida's hot, humid environment. Skunk ape enthusiasts and believers argue that the image aligns with reports from previous sightings. Witnesses often describe the skunk ape as being muddy or wet, covered in swamp debris that clings to its fur, likely a natural result of moving through its swampy habitat. Many who view the image believe the muddy covering could help the skunk ape avoid detection in its densely vegetated surroundings. This particular aspect of the sighting has led some to suggest that the creature's intelligence might be higher than that of typical animals, as it could be deliberately using mud as a form of camouflage or protection, an attribute more commonly associated with humans or great apes. Some argue that the photo could simply show a bear, partially obscured by mud and distorted by the camera's angle. Regardless of its authenticity, the photograph has added to the rich lore surrounding the skunk ape. The creature has been a long-standing symbol of mystery in Florida, and this image has reignited interest in the possibility that a real, unidentified primate could inhabit the state's secluded swamps. Local legends often speak of the skunk ape as an elusive, intelligent creature capable of avoiding human detection. Some local tribes, such as the Seminole and Miccosukee, have tales of mysterious wild men or hairy people that go back generations, lending cultural significance to the modern-day skunk ape sightings. For some believers, these stories reflect an ancient knowledge that aligns with modern sightings, suggesting that the skunk ape could be an undiscovered species or a remnant of early hominid species that adapted to the Florida wilderness. As the debate over the trail camera image continues, it reflects a broader human fascination with the unknown and our desire to believe in undiscovered mysteries within our world. For believers, the photograph represents potential proof that legends like the skunk ape are not merely folklore, but reflections of real creatures existing just beyond our understanding. For skeptics, it serves as another opportunity to examine how myth and reality intersect in the human mind, with tales of hidden creatures reminding us of how much of the natural world remains unexplored and unexplained. Bigfoot caught on camera looking over the hillside. Recently, an interesting photograph emerged. Taken by a hiker in a remote area of the Pacific Northwest, the image appears to show the unmistakable head and shoulders of a large, hairy figure peering cautiously over a hillside. Unlike many blurry or ambiguous Bigfoot images, this photograph provides an unusual level of detail, allowing viewers to make out what some describe as a pronounced brow ridge, deep-set eyes, and a massive muscular frame. The sight of this towering figure, mostly hidden yet undeniably present, has sparked intense interest and debate online, particularly among those who have long believed that Bigfoot roams these forests. The photograph itself offers a tantalizing glimpse into what many hope is genuine proof of Bigfoot's existence. Captured from a distance, but with enough clarity to show the creature's outline against the foggy hillside, the image reveals a face partially obscured by foliage, yet distinct enough to convey its size and bulk. The figure's head appears large and dome-shaped, with dark, matted hair covering the scalp and shoulders. The shoulders are broad, giving the impression of immense strength and a primate-like physique. The creature's posture, peering cautiously over the hill as if observing its surroundings, suggests intelligence and an awareness of its environment. This detail has led some enthusiasts to believe that they may have witnessed an unguarded moment where Bigfoot, otherwise adept at evading human detection, was caught off guard. The Pacific Northwest is a fitting backdrop for such an encounter. This region, encompassing Washington, Oregon, and parts of British Columbia, is known for its dense, old-growth forests and vast tracts of wilderness where few humans venture. The landscape, filled with shadowed valleys, steep hillsides, and thick underbrush, provides ample cover for a creature that is reputedly adept at avoiding detection. The region's folklore is filled with stories of Bigfoot-like beings, known by various names among Native American tribes, each describing a powerful, mysterious figure who is as much a part of the natural landscape as the trees and rivers. For many, the presence of Bigfoot in the Pacific Northwest is more than a legend. It is a part of the land's heritage, a lingering mystery that captures the imagination and embodies the unknown. Since the photograph was shared online, it has circulated widely within Bigfoot communities, drawing a mixed response of excitement, fascination, and skepticism. Enthusiasts quickly latched onto the photograph as one of the clearest depictions of Bigfoot's upper body ever captured. Many argue that the head and shoulders seen in the image exhibit features typically reported in Bigfoot sightings, features that would be hard to mimic or fake convincingly. The sloped forehead, wide-set eyes, and pronounced brow ridge are all characteristics that align with traditional descriptions of Bigfoot, leading some researchers to speculate that this photograph could represent a breakthrough in cryptozoological evidence. Supporters of the photograph's authenticity also note the creature's positioning and behavior as clues to its possible identity. The fact that it is peering over a hill rather than standing openly suggests a creature that is cautious and aware of potential dangers, a behavior consistent with Bigfoot reports. Some believe that Bigfoot is intelligent enough to recognize and avoid humans, leading it to remain in hidden, hard-to-access areas. For those who believe, this cautious behavior seen in the photograph is an indicator of the creature's intelligence and its ability to stay hidden, especially in such a remote area where human encounters would be rare. For believers, the skeptics' arguments don't diminish the photograph's significance. Those who have long followed Bigfoot lore point out that this image aligns with a vast body of eyewitness reports from the Pacific Northwest, many of which describe encounters with a creature bearing similar physical features and behaviors. The Pacific Northwest, after all, is one of the most active regions for Bigfoot sightings, with hundreds of reports filed over the years. Many believe that these reports, combined with the new photograph, strengthen the argument that an undiscovered bipedal primate could be living in the remote forests of this region, eluding all but the most fleeting of human encounters. Local accounts have added further layers to the story. Residents of nearby towns have reported strange sounds echoing through the forests at night, including howls, knocks, and even deep, guttural calls that don't match known animal vocalizations. Others have found large footprints in muddy patches near trails and waterways, adding to the mystique surrounding Bigfoot's possible existence in the area. For those who live near these forests, the idea of a creature like Bigfoot is more than a myth. It is an unspoken reality, an enduring mystery that has become part of the region's cultural fabric. Whether the photograph is genuine evidence or simply another unsolved anomaly, it serves as a powerful reminder of humanity's fascination with the unknown. The idea that a creature like Bigfoot might inhabit the Pacific Northwest's wilderness taps into something primal and enduring, a curiosity about what lies beyond our knowledge. For believers, the photograph offers hope that one day we might finally unravel the mystery and confirm the existence of a creature that has eluded discovery for centuries. For skeptics, it is a puzzle to be analyzed and questioned, a testament to the human tendency to see patterns and narratives even in the most ambiguous images. The photograph of Bigfoot's head and shoulders peering over a hillside, whether fact or fiction, has added to the rich tapestry of Bigfoot lore and keeps the legend alive. It invites us to ponder the possibility that our world may still hold secrets, hidden within the forests and mountains where only the bold dare to venture. In a world increasingly mapped and measured, the mystery of Bigfoot offers a rare glimpse of the unknown, a reminder that nature may yet guard creatures beyond our comprehension, waiting just out of sight, concealed by shadows and silence. Pennsylvania's White Bigfoot. In the heart of Pennsylvania's dense woodlands, a recent photograph has surfaced that many claim shows the elusive and legendary White Bigfoot, a variation of the classic Bigfoot that has captivated local folklore and the Bigfoot community for years. Unlike the traditional sightings of a dark, hulking figure seen in forests across North America, the White Bigfoot is reported as an equally massive creature covered in a ghostly pale coat of hair. The photograph, taken at night, depicts a large white figure standing at the edge of a thick forest, partly obscured by shadows but unmistakably towering. Since its release, this image has been circulating across social media and Facebook groups, reigniting discussions around this lesser-known Bigfoot variant and the mysteries hidden within Pennsylvania's forests. Pennsylvania has a long history of Bigfoot sightings, with its dense forests and secluded mountainous areas offering a fitting habitat for such an elusive creature. Among these sightings, accounts of a white, ghostly figure have surfaced sporadically, earning it the nickname White Bigfoot, or the Ghost of the Forest. This variation of Bigfoot is said to stand at the same impressive height as its dark-haired counterparts, often reported at 7 to 8 feet tall, but with an unusual coat of pale or even pure white hair. This distinctive color has led many to speculate that the White Bigfoot could be a rare variant, possibly an albino individual or an entirely separate subspecies. Some locals even suggest a supernatural aspect, believing that the White Bigfoot might be a spirit or a guardian of the forest, rather than a physical creature. The recent photograph, taken on a chilly autumn night, was captured by a hiker who had been exploring a remote trail in central Pennsylvania. Equipped with a high-quality camera and night vision capabilities, the hiker hoped to catch glimpses of nocturnal wildlife, but ended up photographing something far more mysterious. In the image, the creature appears as a large, upright figure with broad shoulders and long, muscular arms. Its pale, almost luminous hair stands out starkly against the dark forest backdrop, giving it an otherworldly appearance. The figure's posture, leaning slightly forward as if observing the photographer, suggests awareness and intelligence, lending an eerie, almost sentient quality to the image. Once shared online, the photograph quickly made waves in Bigfoot and paranormal communities, particularly within Pennsylvania, where the White Bigfoot has held a place in regional folklore. In Facebook groups and cryptozoology forums, users analyzed every pixel, debating the image's authenticity, the creature's possible origin, and what it could mean for the study of Bigfoot as a whole. Many supporters of the White Bigfoot theory hailed the photograph as the clearest evidence yet of this rare creature's existence, pointing out the distinctiveness of the pale hair and the massive, imposing frame that matches descriptions from eyewitness accounts. For these enthusiasts, the image not only confirms the creature's existence, but also suggests a previously undocumented diversity within the Bigfoot population. One reason the photograph has sparked such a strong reaction is its connection to long-standing local legends and sightings. In Pennsylvania, reports of a pale, ghostly Bigfoot date back to the early 20th century, with hunters, campers, and residents describing encounters with a large white creature moving through the woods. These encounters often happen in the dead of night, with witnesses reporting eerie howls and the sensation of being watched before catching a fleeting glimpse of the creature. For many in the region, the white Bigfoot is more than a myth. It's an accepted, if mysterious, part of the natural landscape, a creature that reminds locals of the untamed and wild side of Pennsylvania's forests. Skeptics, however, have voiced doubts about the photograph, raising the possibility that the creature could simply be a misidentified animal or even an elaborate hoax. Some argue that the figure in the image could be a large bear with a coat altered by light or environmental conditions, while others suggest that the white coloring might be due to a digital effect, a costume, or an intentional fabrication. Despite these explanations, those who believe in the white Bigfoot maintain that the image's clarity and the creature's specific characteristics make such dismissals unlikely. They argue that Pennsylvania's history of white Bigfoot sightings aligns with what is depicted in the photograph, supporting the idea that this might be a rare but real creature. One interesting theory proposed by some cryptozoologists is that the white Bigfoot could be an albino Bigfoot. Albinism, a genetic condition that causes a lack of pigmentation, is rare in mammals but has been documented in various animal species, including primates. If the white Bigfoot is indeed an albino individual, it would explain the creature's distinct coloring and lend scientific credibility to its existence. This theory suggests that the white Bigfoot might be more vulnerable than its darker-haired counterparts, as albinism often leads to poor eyesight and greater sensitivity to sunlight, which could contribute to its rare sightings and nocturnal behavior. The white Bigfoot photograph also raises questions about the creature's possible adaptations to the environment. Pennsylvania's forests are known for harsh winters, with heavy snowfall and cold temperatures, which would make a white coat advantageous for camouflage in winter months. This adaptation could mean that the white Bigfoot has evolved to blend into its surroundings, remaining hidden from humans in a region known for thick forest cover and few human disturbances. Some researchers have suggested that such adaptations could indicate that Bigfoot, if it exists, has a diverse population with variations suited to different regions and climates. The history of Bigfoot sightings dates back to indigenous tribes in North America, who have stories and legends of large, hairy creatures inhabiting remote areas of the continent. Tribes in the Pacific Northwest, including the Coast Salish, Lummi, and Spokane, have spoken for generations about a creature they call Sasquatch, a term that roughly translates to wild man or hairy man. For these tribes, Sasquatch is more than just a mythical creature. It is part of their oral tradition and spirituality, often regarded as a guardian or a reminder of the natural world's mysteries. Some tribes see Sasquatch as a spiritual being, not merely a physical entity, a creature with supernatural qualities that can move between worlds. These legends, passed down through generations, give weight to the idea that Bigfoot is not a recent phenomenon, but has been an integral part of North American lore for centuries. European settlers arriving in North America in the 18th and 19th centuries documented similar encounters with large, hairy beings, often recounting tales from local indigenous tribes and adding their own experiences. Early explorers, fur trappers, and pioneers moving westward through the continent occasionally recorded strange encounters with giant human-like footprints in the mud or snow. Some journals and diaries from the time mention hearing eerie howls or spotting large, shadowy figures in the forest. These early reports lacked photographic evidence, but they contributed to the growing legend of Bigfoot and laid the groundwork for later interest in the creature. One of the earliest written accounts of a Bigfoot-like creature comes from a Canadian fur trader named David Thompson, who in 1811 claimed to have discovered enormous footprints in the snow near what is now Jasper, Alberta. These footprints measured approximately 14 inches long and had a distinct, human-like shape. Thompson's account is notable not only for its age, but also for the detailed measurements he took, treating the discovery with a seriousness that implied he believed he had found evidence of an unknown creature. Other early explorers and trappers throughout the 1800s recorded similar footprints, and the continued pattern of such discoveries over time added to the mystery surrounding Bigfoot. By the early 20th century, as stories about Bigfoot gained popularity in local newspapers and media, reports of sightings became more common. In the 1920s, newspaper articles documented accounts from miners and loggers in Northern California and British Columbia, who claimed to have encountered a massive ape-like creature that roamed the wilderness. These accounts often describe the creature as reclusive, but occasionally aggressive if provoked, adding a new dimension to the Bigfoot character as both mysterious and potentially dangerous. During this period, the legend of Bigfoot began evolving into something closer to what we recognize today: a large, elusive creature with an almost mythic status, a being that seemed to exist in the shadowy, unexplored edges of civilization. The 1950s and 1960s marked a significant turning point in the Bigfoot phenomenon, bringing it into mainstream consciousness. In 1958, construction workers in Bluff Creek, California, found massive footprints in the soil around their worksite, sparking national media attention. Although the footprints were later linked to a hoax, the incident had already sparked widespread interest and brought Bigfoot into popular culture. This event paved the way for the famous Patterson-Gimlin film in 1967, which purportedly shows a female Bigfoot walking through a clearing in Bluff Creek. The film became one of the most analyzed and debated pieces of Bigfoot evidence, with supporters claiming it as definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence and skeptics dismissing it as a clever hoax. Regardless of its authenticity, the film solidified Bigfoot's place in American culture and inspired a wave of modern sightings and research efforts. Since the 1970s, Bigfoot sightings have continued to accumulate, with thousands of reports coming from all over North America. Witnesses describe similar characteristics: a tall, muscular, hairy creature walking upright like a human, often seen crossing roads, peering through windows, or disappearing into the forest.